Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome to Planet and Alien here on YouTube. I am Weird Little Alien, or Noelle, or RSG Betty OTP, or Down the Rabbit Hole, or whatever you choose to call me, whether it be nice or not so nice. That is your choice. So, yeah. So, you probably know by the title of this video what it's about. No surprise. Riverdale! I'm finally making the video about spoilers, because the trailer was released yesterday. It was like 1 minute and 12 seconds, I think, long. It gave a few little things, didn't give any Barchi, definitely didn't give any Barchi, not even friendship-wise, and it definitely didn't give any Jeronica, not even friendship-wise, which I wasn't really expecting it to. I mean, of course I was hoping, I was watching it and thinking, ooh, maybe we'll see something. No. But, I wasn't really surprised because I mean, I don't think they've filmed that many episodes, so the trailer that they put out only is up to so many episodes, so really, we don't know what's going to happen, because this trailer isn't covering the whole season, it's covering the episodes they've filmed so far. So there's a lot more that could be shown, we just haven't gotten to that episode yet to show it, you know? So I'm not that upset, but at the same time, I want to put it out there. No Barchi, no Jeronica. Big shocker? No. You know, you can always have hope, but doesn't mean it's going to work out the way you want it to. So, first, before I get into spoilers, also, yes, I am wearing a wig because, you know, my hair looks gross. And I did my eyebrows. I don't know how they look. Like, this stuff, I got it from Ulta, but it's really dark on me. So, like, I never use it, but today I was like, man, let me just do it for fun. And it really doesn't look that bad. I mean, this quality isn't that good, but they look like my natural eyebrows. They don't look like overdone or anything. I don't know. I feel like they do, but at the same time, when I'm looking in the camera, they look like normal eyebrows. Just a little darker than my eyebrows. Okay, come on. This wig is not functioning right. I get all my wigs from Walmart. No. Okay, so before I get into this, I want to go over, because I watched the trailer about 5 times. I kept pausing it because a lot of parts went really quick, so I wanted to pause it and go through every little part to kind of get a sense of what's going on in the trailer. So this is what I got. Now, I am going to read about also what was in the trailer when I go through spoilers, but this is what I first initially saw before I read any of these websites and their initial thought and all that stuff. So, the first thing I noticed is everyone, of course, is looking in the woods for Jughead. So, of course, that was the first thing I noticed. Everyone's looking for Jughead. So, he's apparently missing. Now, Jughead is also shown with a flashlight in a box-like coffin. Basically something you would bury someone alive in. Now, I don't know if he's buried alive at this point, or if he's just locked in this box. But he does have a flashlight, so clearly he must have been ambushed or something, because I don't know, unless they left a flashlight, I don't know what the deal is with this whole situation, because as we all know, whatever happens with Jughead, whether it has to do with his death or someone else's, whatever they're covering up involves blood, and I don't see if Jughead is buried alive, there's not going to be much blood, he's just going to suffocate. So I don't really think he dies buried alive. I think there's something, we just haven't seen exactly what happens. I think him being locked in a box is just one of the many things that are going to happen to these kids over this season. So I'm not taking that whole locked in a box, help me, as him about to die, because as we all know, they were covered in blood and stuff. So clearly, whatever happens over spring break involves blood. And so, I mean, unless he suffocates and, like, bleeds out for no reason, I don't understand how it would mix together. But, I mean, that is a fucking fear right there. I don't care if I'm not buried in the ground or not. Do not put me in, like, a fucking coffin-like box and lock me in there. Oh my god, I would have a panic attack and literally die. I literally would die. I could just see it. Someone would do that as a prank to me. Like, not saying someone actually would, but imagine someone doing that as a prank to me, and literally when they come back to say, got you, I'm literally dead from a panic attack. It's like in that movie Jawbreaker, when they kidnapped the girl for fun, and they put her in the trunk and put the jawbreaker in her mouth or whatever, and then taped it up, and she ended up, when they went back into the trunk to get her out, you know, because they were having fun, it ended up, she choked on the jawbreaker, and so they tried to cover it up. Yeah. If you haven't seen that movie, it's fucking fantastic. Best thing ever. So you definitely should watch it. Okay, so another thing I noticed is when Archie's saying, what the hell is wrong with you? I was going off Mad Dog, but then I was like, maybe it's Reggie. But no, it is in fact Mad Dog. So in the trailer, when Archie's like, what the hell what the hell is wrong with you? Archie's saying it to Mad Dog, because I noticed that the same person who smashes the windshield of someone's car with the baseball bat is also Mad Dog. Because if you notice in the scene with him and Archie, it's the same shirt as in the scene with someone breaking that window. And when I pause it, it looks like Mad Dog. So I'm assuming something's going on with Mad Dog here. I don't know what's going on, but something's going on with him. Archie's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Then next thing you know, we see him fucking smashing the windshield. I'm guessing he smashed the windshield, and then that's when Archie's like, what the hell is wrong with you? So those two I put together. So to me, Mad Dog is the one Archie's saying this to, and also Mad Dog is the one who breaks the windshield. Now, I don't think it's the car Cheryl and Tony are in, because I don't know why he would do that, first off. And also, it looked like he was in a garage, so I don't really think so. And it doesn't look to be their car. I mean, it could easily be them. But at the same time, when I seen Cheryl and Tony, they were in the car, you know, making out, you know, doing girlfriend stuff. And something spooked Cheryl, because she was like, and you could just tell like something spooked her when they were in the car. So, and I don't think it has to do with the smashing of the windshield. I think it has to do with something else, you know? There's evil lurking everywhere. It's fucking Riverdale, dude. You can't catch a break. So, yeah, I don't think those two things are related. The whole smashing windshield and Cheryl and Tony in the car, and Cheryl's like something spooked her. Kind of like, you know, that story where it's like the man with the hook escaped the mental institution and you hear the scratching, you know, that kind of thing. It's like one of those legends that you get scared of and want to just leave. So that's what I thought. Now, another thing I noticed is Cheryl is in a room with boarded up windows throwing what seems to be a book. So I paused it because it was a big size book that she was throwing on the ground. Very angrily. Is that even a fucking word? She was very angry when she threw it on the ground, let's just say that. But I noticed that this place looked like it was closed, run down, kind of. It had the windows all boarded up and everything, and then she had this big book that she threw on the ground. So I'm thinking maybe it has to do with her mom's place of business, you know? It's legit, not. Maybe it has to do with something like that, since... I mean, Penelope, who the fuck knows where this bitch is at? We're going to get into it in the spoilers. But as of right now, I don't fucking know. So my guess is I'm thinking maybe she's there, Cheryl, you know, and she's like going, I don't know, maybe Cheryl's there looking at everything her mom did and created and shit, and then she finds the client book, and that's when she throws it on the ground. Or maybe she finds the book where Jason's alive, but really it's Chick, you know, letting him pretend to be her son. Psychotic. That's really kind of psychotic. Who in their right mind would allow someone else to pretend to be their son? That's fucking weird, dude. It's fucking weird. I mean, keeping your brother in the basement dead is fucking weird, too. Well, that's just creepy. But getting someone else to pretend to be your son is even fucking creepier. Not to mention, he's been dead for how long now? How does people not catch on to this shit? Does nobody who was working with Penelope know that, you know, hello, Jason Blossom was like the biggest story of season 1. I mean, how can people forget his own dad killed him? And it was recorded. Like, you don't forget that. But yeah, so that's my thoughts. I don't really know where she's at. I don't know what she's looking at. Maybe she's at Sisters of Quiet Mercy, aka where the farm was before they all left to ascend to wherever the fuck they're going. Who knows? I mean, in the trailer, you see crime scene photos from that night when they all left to ascend and Kevin was left behind. But yeah, so my guess is, I'm just going off like what I think maybe. I think maybe she's at the place of business her mom used to work. I can't think of the name at all. The Cherry something. I can't remember it for the shit of me. I knew I should have searched it. Whatever. You know what? Whatever. But I feel like maybe she's there, or maybe she's at like where the farm used to be. I don't know. She's one of those two places is in my guesses. And clearly whatever's in this book is not to her liking, because she slammed that shit on the ground. Like, she's angry. So, I'm curious as to what that's all about. I have my theories, but I don't know anything for sure yet. Seriously. Every time I make a video, this happens way more than when I don't make a video. Literally, I could be sitting here all day, and it would happen maybe once, but when I make videos, it happens over and over again. Maybe it's a ghost trying to tell me to shut the fuck up. Okay, moving on. Another thing I noticed is when Betty's saying, what I'm about to tell you puts everything on the line, she is saying it to Kevin, because I paused it just to make sure, and it is in fact Kevin. You can obviously tell it's a guy, but there's plenty of guys on the show, so you never know. But it is in fact Kevin that she is telling this to. Now, Kevin. I'm going to get more into this with the spoilers, because he is going to be prominent in season 4, but I just don't understand how you could take such a great character and ruin it within half a season, and then suddenly come back to season 4 and he's just back to normal. Like, I don't know if he really is. I mean, I'm sure he has to still be dealing with issues. Come on, he has to. There's no way he suddenly just got better. I'm sorry. He has to still be dealing with the issues and everything he's went through and all this shit. But from the trailer, it looks like he's just normal Kevin again, you know? And from the way the writers talk, it's just like, oh, normal Kevin again. And I'm just like, I really hope the writers don't just have Kevin come back into play like nothing happened. Because that's so unrealistic, and that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. If he has no PTSD or no issues or no trauma from what has gone on last season, then what the fuck? Like, seriously, are you just gonna just throw that all away and say, hey, we ruined him for half a season, but now we're getting him back to the better half of him? But, hello? What about all the help he needs? You know, he went through some traumatic shit. When season 3 ended, he was still, like, upset that he didn't get to go, and he still wanted to ascend. So what changed his mind? What suddenly changed? I'd like to know. You know, I want to see, like, if we're going to explore Kevin, I really want to explore him, and I want to see, like, the trauma and, like, what he's experienced, and hopefully maybe he goes to a therapist or something. I know, because he needs help. Okay, it's clear as day. I'm not saying he's crazy or any of that. I'm just saying he needs help after all this. And I don't want to watch the show and just see that he's back to normal Kevin, because it's just not realistic. And then putting in another love interest for him doesn't help it either. Like, explore Kevin. Don't worry about love interest. Explore Kevin. That's what I want to see is Kevin. He was so great until you ruined him with the farm. And now suddenly you just want to bring him back to life like nothing happened. That's not how it works. I know this is a TV show, but you got to be realistic in these kind of situations. I mean, hello, people do actually go through this in real life. You know, there are cults. So I think it would be great for people to see the real effects of being in a cult and the after effects of not being in the cult, but being so used to brainwashed and, you know, all this shit and giving up a fucking organ, you know? So, like, I just hope they really address that shit. We'll see in the spoilers as I go. Okay, another thing. There, as you can see, there's Betty standing by a school bus, and there's someone walking up towards her with a gun. Now, at first I was like, okay, maybe that's Cheryl. But as I was looking, it's like, it doesn't look like Cheryl, really. Like, I want to say it's Cheryl because it kind of looks like her, but honestly, my opinion is it's Evelyn. Unless it's someone wearing a wig, because it very well could be a wig. I mean, for all we know, it could be fucking Polly. Who knows? But my guess for right now is it's Evelyn. I mean, unless Betty finds out that Cheryl has Jason's body in the basement and she's going to tell Tony, and then Cheryl decides to hit her over the head. I don't know. But I personally think the person who hits Betty over the head is Evelyn, because, you know, she's not going to be exactly happy with everything her and Charles and Alice are doing to destroy the farm, which should be destroyed because it's harvesting organs. Why don't, you know what, Evelyn, why don't you give your organs, okay? Let your dad or your fucking boyfriend or whatever the fuck, your husband, let him lobotomize you. How about that? No harm, right? Please. So my guess is it's Evelyn hitting her over the head. Unless it's someone wearing a wig. I couldn't imagine it being Cheryl, because why? But I could totally see it being Evelyn. Oh, I could totally. And it looks like her, too, a little bit. And that hat, that's like, Evelyn to me. I don't know. I feel like it could be Evelyn. But then again, it could be a twist and be Polly. And then again, it could be Cheryl. But my guess right now is I'm going with Evelyn. That is my guess. It's Evelyn. So I want to say that. Now, in the trailer also, we see that Archie is upstairs in his room, and it's nighttime. And it seems like he gets spooked by something going on downstairs, and you see him kind of go out his door to check it out and stuff, but that's all we see. So I'm very curious as to what's spooked him, because it wasn't just like oh, someone's here. It just seemed like someone's in my house. Like, what the fuck? Who is this? You know? I don't know. It just seemed like he was spooked. There's a lot of that going on in the trailer. But we all know that his mom, played by Molly Ringwald, is coming back as Mary Andrews because, of course, unfortunately, rest in peace, Luke Perry. Damn, I'm gonna miss him. Fred Andrews is no longer going to be with us on the show, so of course you can't leave a teenager parentless, so his mom is going to come to take care of him. So we'll be getting a lot more Archie and Mary scenes, and of course the first episode will be a tribute to Luke Perry with Shannon Doherty in it to pay tribute to him because he has wanted her on the show for years. It's just never worked out. So finally she is on the show. So I am super excited about that. But I know I'm going to cry. Like, I already know I'm going to fucking cry. Like, I hate sad episodes. It's going to make me so sad. Like, I can already see it. Like, I'm going to cry. Okay. Now, another thing. I have to say, this is why I love Jughead so much. Sorry. This is why I love Jughead so much, is he says some of the best things ever. Like, just some of the things he says, as little as they may be, they, like, just mean so much. Especially when it comes to Riverdale. And one of the things he said is, our deepest desires and our darkest fears. And I don't know, like, with everything going on in the trailer and him saying that, it's just like, ooh, it just gave me, like, the chills. Our deepest desires and our darkest fears. It's kind of like I feel like season 4, it's like everyone's darkest fear is going to be used against them, or their deepest desires is going to be used against them. Like, let's just say, Veronica and Archie, you know, their love used against them. Betty and Jughead, their love used against them, you know? So I am very interested, because I love when that stuff is said, because there's so much more to it, you know? And I wonder if people are going to be confronted with their worst fears. Maybe Jughead's worst fear is being buried, you know? Or being put in a fucking coffin and not being able to breathe or get the fuck out, you know? Feeling like you're going to suffocate. Maybe that's his darkest fear. That would be fucking crazy, dude. If literally someone was making them go through their darkest fears. Like, that would be fucking really cool, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, it would be really fucking cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But I do love when he said that. Like I said, crime scene photos from Sister of Quiet Mercy, aka The Farm, you know, I said that. Okay, when Cheryl's walking down the hall with her crew and Tony, it seems she's throwing something in the air, and I'm guessing it's invitations to something, or it's a, or it's like what the fucking word? It's not a pamphlet, but like, oh my god, not a sign, but what is it called? Damn it, let me pause it so I can think of the word. I can't think of the name, I'm sorry, it's blanking. But either it's invitations she's throwing up in the air, or it's something that she, like, wrote and printed out. I don't know what she's throwing up in the air. My guess was invitations, because they were small, red box, like, they were square, red little papers. So I don't know if it's invitations. I don't know if it's, like, something that just says, I don't know what it is. But my guess is invitations, but it honestly could be anything else, you know? I don't really know. Okay, this fucking wig is not working for me. Fuck you, asshole. There we go. Okay. Oh, I said that, okay. Oh, this is one that, thank God I paused it and kept going through, even though when I searched for spoilers and stuff, they talked about it, but bitch, I already saw it, so I don't need you to tell me. If you pause it and go really slow towards the end, because everything goes so quick towards the end, there is a scene where there is a beehive, there's a beehive nest that seems to be on a desk at Riverdale High. Now, I'm guessing it's Riverdale High. Now, outside the room, it looks to be the new principal played by Keir Smith, who was on Dawson's Creek, if you watch that. I fucking love him. It seems to be him, and I don't know who's with them. It kind of looks like Jughead, but I know it's not. I don't know, it's someone with dark hair, but you can't really see the adult's face, but it kind of looks like the new principal, and so my thought is, maybe someone put like this beehive on his desk, because it looks to be on a desk, possibly in the principal's office at Riverdale High. And maybe it's because, I mean, we all know he's not going to be easy on seniors, and he's already not going to like Archie and the gang. So maybe there's some people that don't like him either, and that are trying to get back at him, you know? Or maybe this is at Jughead's new school. But I think it was Riverdale High, but it definitely looked like the principal's office, because I don't know why else you would put a beehive somewhere. Like, you put it on someone's desk for a reason, basically, you know? So, that was definitely interesting, a beehive just on someone's desk. Definitely not going in that fucking room, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, I would not. Sorry guys, I have to fix this. There we go. That's as good as it gets. I'm literally not. Why can't I fix you? I can't fix you, but you can fix me. I'm sorry I left you. Okay, this is another part I want to talk about. Now, also in the trailer, you can see fireworks going off, but I happened to pause it at a perfect time because now when the fireworks are going off, there's no one there standing. But there is one scene in particular that I paused on that was a person standing. Mind you, they were covered up. I couldn't see their face for shit. They were standing holding something with a long rope attached to it that they had lit on fire. You know how like a fucking dynamite, when you light the thing and it goes and then it blows up? Oh, my wig is about to fly off. That's exactly what this was like. There was a person standing, holding this thing in their hand with the little thing at the end lit. So to me, I was like, yeah, it could be fireworks, but why is someone standing there, covered up, basically in a disguise, holding like a dynamite almost? Because I don't really know of any fireworks that have that long a cord to light on fire. Like, it's a super long cord. And it was just odd to see all these fireworks going off that looked nothing like what this person had. And then, and mind you, there was no one around the fireworks, but then this person just so happened to be standing there in the dark holding something, and you just see the rope and you see it lit on fire at the end. And I think that was a little sketchy because I don't feel like that has anything to do with fireworks. That does not seem like it has anything to do with fireworks. Why are fireworks even going off? It's like, I don't think July 4th is coming into play, so why are fireworks going off, first of all? And second of all, I just don't think this person's holding a firework. I think there's something sinister going on. It did not look like a firework. And this guy looked fucking sketchy. You can't even see who he is. He's like covered up. I don't trust that. Let me pause this and fix my wig. Okay, now into spoilers on my phone. I'm sorry guys if this is going to be long. If you watch to the end, make sure to hashtag, or make sure to comment hashtag tripping with aliens so I know you watched to the end, because I don't know, I just like tripping with aliens. So if you watch to the end, hashtag tripping with aliens, and then if you want to comment anything, you know. But I'm sorry if this will be long, I just want to cover everything. So let's get into this. Okay, so in the new trailer for season 4 of Riverdale, a search party is desperately on the hunt for Jughead. Betty's getting hit over the head with a gun. Veronica's facing some sort of scandal in which she fights back with another scandal, some burlesque. I love Camila Mendes. When I read the story in Shape magazine about what happened to her at NYU when she was roofied and assaulted, she honestly is one of the strongest people in Hollywood. Like, that's someone girls should look up to. I'm sorry. She is so open and honest and real, and she's been through so much, and she's just such a kind person, and I couldn't believe reading that. Like, that is the saddest thing to me. Like, what a piece of fucking shit. Sorry to get, like, dark, but, like, reading that, I hate, like, that's so disgusting to me. And for her to have to go through that, like, it doesn't define her, I know that. Like, she's strong and she got through it and stuff. But who should go through that? No one. I mean, come on. When are boys gonna realize no means no? When are boys gonna realize you don't roofie girls to have sex with them? You might as well just kill someone and then rape their dead body, because that's basically what you're doing when they're passed out and you're raping them. It's fucking sick. Is that not sick in your guys' minds? Hello? Yeah, I want you guys all to remember that. Any guy who ever thinks about raping someone or has, just remember that when they're passed out or you're holding them down to rape them, it's basically like you're raping a dead corpse. Just know that. So you're fucking disgusting. What's the word called? He's, oh my god, I know every fucking word, but except for this. He's, oh my god. Well, not grave robbing, but he's, fuck. It lost my mind. Anyways, we'll move on. Okay. Let me fix myself. Sorry. Got the Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper. I want to get a tattoo. Okay. So, Veronica's facing some sort of scandal, and people are actually playing football. Like, they're actually in high school or something. I almost forgot. I mean, with all the killing and crazy shit going on, I almost forgot. We're still in high school. Senior year. Oh my god. Can't catch a break. But hey, senior year, gotta go out with a bang. Okay, so continue on. In good news, the main couples, Veronica and Archie, and Betty and Jughead, and Tony and Cheryl, look like they're going strong for at least long enough to get some shots of them in the trailer. Fucking men, you said it. Long enough for them to get some shots of them in the trailer. So see, they seem happy and in love in the trailer, but wait till we get more into episodes. Then that's gonna change. Sorry, not sorry, because I'm ready for it. I'm so over this shit. Wait till I read what someone wrote that I literally have been saying since fucking like season 1. After season 1, actually. Now, there are a couple of questions that we have. At what point in the season is Jughead missing? Is this a flash forward to spring break, when we saw Betty, Archie, and Veronica burning his beanie, or does Jughead go missing earlier on? Who is wandering the parking lot with a gun and hurting Betty? And first off, why is Betty in this parking lot at night by herself? I'm guessing she walked into a trap. Because what other reason would she be standing in the parking lot at school at night for no other reason? Unless she's just walked into a trap, not knowing she's walking into a trap, obviously. Oh my god, I'm so intrigued. Because once she gets hit over the head, that's not all. They're going to do something else to her. They're not going to just hit her over the head and leave her. Oh, no, no. What if they take her back to the farm? Because I don't know what episodes this happens in. So the farm, Roberto said, like, the farm storyline will come to an end in episode 3. That's not to say, though, like, Edgar and Evelyn are just suddenly going to disappear, because apparently Chad's still going to be in season 4. Not as much, but he's still going to be in season 4 as Edgar. So maybe Evelyn gets away and she has a vendetta against Betty. I mean, who else would she have a vendetta against? Betty and Alice, of course, but she got Betty right there, so go after Betty. So I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen after she hits her over the head. How did we forget that they have to solve the mystery of where the hell all the farm members went when they ascended? That's interesting. I'd like to know, too. Where did they go to ascend? Are they waiting for a spaceship to pick them up? Like, yeah, I need to know. And, like, what were they wearing? Because all the clothes they had on were there. And the shoes. Did they all walk out of there naked to ascend? And where did they go? Because obviously they're not ascended yet, so, like, where the fuck are they at? So weird. Okay. At about 41 seconds in, there's an extremely quick shot of what looks like it might be a honeycomb that shows up in between shots of Veronica and Betty. What could possibly make honeycomb significant enough to show up in the trailer? Why does it freak us out so much? I know, really? Because, like, why the fuck is there this big-ass beehive on someone's desk in a school? Like, why is it there? What's going on? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm very curious as to what's going on, because I'm guessing the new principal no one is fucking liking. Because we already know he's going to be a fucking hard ass, especially on the seniors and especially on Archie and them. So, and I'm sure he knows the history of everything. But it's like, bitch, shut up. Because the person before you left to join a cult. So, it's not like they had the greatest person around to be their principal, because he got brainwashed easily. But, okay. So, moving on. Back at the end of last season, showrunner Roberto told us that season 4 will pick up around 4th of July. Okay, okay. So that makes sense why there's... Oh my god, hold on. Sorry, this wig is just really irking me. Okay, moving on. Okay, so it will pick up around 4th of July, so that makes sense about the fireworks. But it still doesn't make sense about this person holding like this... Not saying it's a dynamite, but it's... that's how the best I can explain it, because I don't know what they're called. The rope, the stick, I don't know. Whatever you light, and then it just... zzz, until it eventually hits the thing and it goes off. And it did not look like a firework, sorry, but it did not. And I don't know many people who hold fireworks like that in their hand, either. So I'm just saying, maybe during the fireworks, someone does something else, but it's covered up by the sound of fireworks. Just saying, hey, that's smart, though. Okay. And much of the season will be spent putting that spring break flash forward together. I think some of the fun of season 4 and flashing to that is understanding and figuring out how we get to that point in the story, he told us. So it's not something that is immediately going to happen, but we're going to start sort of seeing threads pulled in what direction. We're going to see what leads up to it, and then we're going to see the fallout to that scene, and that's sort of the general shape of season 4. Ooh, the mystery of Jughead Jones. I want to honestly know your opinion down below. Do you think he's dead? Do you think he is going to die in season 4? Now, it's already confirmed that one person does die in the Halloween episode. But that's not to say another person won't die. They've only confirmed that one person will die in the Halloween episode so far. I haven't heard anything about anyone else dying. But that's not to say that more than one person does not die. I just know that one dies in the Halloween episode. Hoping it's not Reggie. Please don't kill Reggie. Please, please don't kill Reggie. I hate when they have so much potential for these characters and then they end up killing them off and shit, or they leave and it's just... okay. Roberto also promised that school will once again be a big part of the story as the Core 4 faces the idea of graduation in college, and they'll actually be going to some classes. I think the biggest thing is that the Archie characters have always been defined by being high school students, and this year is potentially their last year as high school students. Potentially, it is their last year, they're seniors, unless someone gets held back. No. If it was anyone, it'd probably be Archie, let's be honest. But he's not getting held back. I love you, Archie. And this, okay, yeah. And we're really going to play that, and we're going to play with school in a way we haven't really done since season 1, and we haven't really ever done, so we're excited about that. Well, yeah, finally. Are you finally seeing all the things you're missing out on? Because I'm pretty sure you are. Oh, look, this even says pretty sure. We're pretty sure we saw some glimpses of a classroom here or there in that trailer, so maybe some of these kids will actually get to graduate if they don't die first. Huh, morbid, but true. No, the Core 4 is not dying, except maybe Jughead. Just saying, maybe. I mean, honestly, it would be a shock. Even though everything's playing into, is Jughead dead? Oh my god, Jughead's missing. Oh, there's blood. Even though that's playing into all that, I still would be super shocked if they actually killed Jughead. I would be shocked. No lie. Okay, now on to more stuff. This is about Kevin. A character that was great. Hopefully he'll be great again. Okay. Is Kevin still a part of Riverdale in Season 4? I have seen no mention of him in any press for the new season, and Casey Cott has been absent from all cast interviews. Don't worry, Kevin Keller is indeed a big part of Riverdale's upcoming season. Last week saw Kevin, he was the only member of the farm who didn't vanish in mysterious fashion. This season, Kevin has to answer for the farm's crimes. Woo, shit! Oh. Well, to be fair, what did he really do that was... Oh yeah, he did fucking take Betty, him and Fangs. But, like, he didn't kill anyone. I mean, like... But I guess, yeah, dude, you're the only one left. They left you to face everything. Okay. Roberto hints, and his head is finally clear of all that culty brainwashing. The spell is broken. Plus, we're going to see Kevin have... See, okay, this is... I don't like this. I don't like this. His head is finally clear of all that culty brainwashing. But how is it clear? Are you going to show it? Are you going to tell us how? Like, I understand, like, yeah, he can get better and he can... let's be fucking totally honest here. There's no way he's going to go back to being the same Kevin he was. I'm sorry. After all this, there's no way he goes back to being the same Kevin he was before. And with that in point, if I watch this and he goes back to being the same Kevin that we've known before, I'm going to be fucking disappointed. Because someone who goes through this shit does not just get better and get this culty brainwashing shit out of them. No. It's something you struggle with. It's not something you just say, okay, I'm done being brainwashed. Like, dude, this guy went through some traumatic shit. He had a fucking organ taken out. Like, hello? But no, he's just... That's all gone. I don't like that. Why did you even bother with the cult storyline and ruin him in Season 3, only to have him back to normal in Season 4? What was the fucking point of that? Like, that annoys me. Maybe not you guys, but it annoys me that they're basically saying everything's back to normal for Kevin. And it's like, but that's not how it works. Yeah, they could say he got help, but not actually show it. But I'd like to see it. I mean, I'm sure other people would like to see it too. Ugh, I hate how they make it like nothing happened. That irks me. Anyways, plus we're going to see Kevin having some fun in episode 4. We have a great Kevin and Reggie story. We've never paired those guys together. Ooh, I'm interested. First off, love Reggie. So, and he's in episode 4 apparently. Yeah, episode 4, because I want to make sure it's the same thing. But yeah, he's in episode 4, so let's hope he's in every fucking episode, because I love Reggie, and I want Reggie, and I mean, if he got with Veronica again, that would be fine, since we probably will never get Jughead and Veronica, not even a fucking friendship, God forbid. But, yeah, that's interesting. Kevin and Reggie. I wonder why they're together. Like, what's going on with them two, you know? That's going to be cool. I love Reggie, so I'm down for that shit. Okay. Okay, moving on. How do you top a murder mystery, serial killer daddy, and a cult that seemingly disappeared off the face of the earth with a good old-fashioned kidnapping whodunit? The first look at Riverdale's fourth season teases another return to the most bananas town in America, where teenagers own cabaret clubs and Jughead may have been murdered by his best friends. Dun dun dun. I really don't think they murdered him. I think that's a stretch. I don't see them murdering him. I mean, if they did, that'd be fucking nuts. I mean, maybe it was an accident or something. But, like, if they murdered him intentionally, that would be, like, literally, I would be shook. I wouldn't even know what to do with myself. I'd be like, this is no longer Riverdale. Like, this went to a whole new level. Like, I don't even know how I'd feel about that. Like, how would you look at these characters if they killed Jughead? Like, Like, I don't know. I just couldn't imagine them killing him. I don't see that. If he does die. E! News unveiled the first teaser for Riverdale Season 4, following the truly bizarre season finale. Oh, my brother's calling me, sorry. Complete with bear fights in the woods, the creepiest sibling reunion of all time, and a cliffhanger ending where Betty, Archie, and Veronica burn Jughead's hat, and promise to never speak of this again. This could mean only one thing. It's senior year. Well, no duh. It's senior year. But, yeah, we got that. I mean, burning Jughead's hat and stuff doesn't automatically mean it's senior year. But, yeah, it's senior year. Okay, this time around, there's even more mystery in the town of Riverdale. There's still the case of that missing Colt, and Betty gets attacked by a shadowed woman in what looks like to be a guardian angel's ensemble. Ooh, I did not know that. I gotta look that up. The trailer also includes a few shots of a honeycomb, hinting at something new arriving on their doorstep. Bitch, it was not on a doorstep. It was on someone's desk in a high school. Ooh, could you imagine walking into that room and bees are just everywhere? Oh, fuck no, fuck no. Look, at this point, you just have to accept that Riverdale is gonna Riverdale. It's season 4. It got nothing to prove. This person cannot type. It's got nothing to prove anymore. It's going to be a dramatic soap opera reveals, fabulous red outfits from here on out. However, there will still be some time for deep storytelling. The season will open with a tribute episode for Luke Perry, who passed away earlier this year. As we all know, that episode is going to literally make every one of us cry. Okay, now, getting into Jughead. Considering the crazy cliffhanger at the end of season 3, we know that something bad happens to Jughead by spring break of their senior year. But in the trailer for the new season, the search for Jughead is the first thing we are faced with. Now on to Betty. These are just some spoilers about some of the characters. Betty is in trouble. This is nothing new, of course, but it seems like in the upcoming season, Betty is going to face even more danger. At one point in the trailer, we see someone creeping toward Betty and hitting her with what looks like a gun. Oh no, it's a gun. You can't see who the attacker is, but considering Betty made a lot of enemies in the farm last season, my money is on Evelyn. Bitch, yes! That's what I said! Evelyn! That is my fucking guess. That's my number one guess, honestly, is Evelyn. Definitely my number one guess. And let's be totally fair. Oh my god, let's be totally fair. Betty and Jughead both have a lot of enemies. Like, especially Jughead. He will not stop investigating until he gets to the truth, even when it comes to his own mother. But yeah, Betty's definitely made a lot of enemies. A lot of enemies. And I mean, Evelyn's not going to be happy with the farm being taken down. And if Edgar gets arrested and she gets away, well, that's just going to be icing on top of the cake. The FBI is looking into the farm. At the end of season 3, we met Charles, Betty and Jughead's actual half-brother. Sorry, Chip. He reveals that he works for the FBI and was helping Alice look into the farm. In the trailer, we see the beginning of that investigation as images flash on screen of the farm's headquarters at Sisters of Quiet Mercy covered in police tape. See, now, the thing about Charles is apparently he's been around a lot longer than he makes it out to seem. He's been watching a lot longer also than he makes out to seem. So I'm curious as to how him and Alice came in contact. Because obviously he knew that was his mother before he ever talked to her. I feel like he's been watching the house. I do. I feel like, yeah, he is part of... What if he's not actually part of the FBI? How fucking crazy would that be if he's pretending to be part of the FBI? Ooh, that'd be good. But it's probably not true. But still, I could see it. I mean, maybe he is pretending to be part of the FBI. But, yeah, so, like, what was I saying? Oh, about Charles. Yeah, I'm very curious as to how exactly him and Alice came in contact. Because he didn't just, like, see her and think, oh, she's the perfect person to help me infiltrate, you know, the farm and all this stuff. So, like, I'm curious as to why exactly she did it. You know, there's theories that maybe he knew about the murder that she helped cover up when Chick was, you know, pretending to be her son. Maybe he knows about that and he's blackmailing her. I don't know. You know, there's multiple theories as to why she could be doing this. Maybe she's doing it for Polly. Maybe she's doing it for Betty and Polly. The twins, I don't know. There's many theories as to why she's doing it, but I am intrigued to know how exactly Charles came to find her. Like, I know he's known about her for a long time. He didn't just appear on her doorstep and say, hey, want to work for the FBI? He knows who she is before he approached her. And I'm just curious, if he was in Riverdale long before he was shown to be in Riverdale, what was he doing exactly? I don't trust Charles just yet at all. I don't. And Betty's going to be opening up to him because she's, of course, dealing with having the killer gene, you know, because, of course, Polly and them put that in her head. And so she's dealing with possibly having the killer gene. So, of course, she's turning to Charles. And it's like, dude, this is Riverdale. Betty, you should know better than to trust someone. Like, you got to be careful who you trust and who you tell things to. I mean, you really got to be careful. Sometimes she's really good at reading people. Other times, they're really good at just playing a part that she can't tell that it's fake, you know? So as of right now, I don't trust Charles. I'm sorry, I don't. I still can't get over how old he is when he's not supposed to be that old. Like, I still can't get over that. Like, how you went from Chick being your son to Charles when that's like a fucking 8-year difference, you know? Like, I just don't understand how this son is so old. But okay, whatever. I mean, he literally looks like he's a little bit younger than his parents. Like, I'm sorry, it's just weird to me. So, we're going to see more about Charles, because I ain't trusting that bitch, for all I know. I don't trust him just yet. He's going to have to prove himself to me. But I'm just worried that Betty might open up a little too quickly. She needs to really be able to trust him, because you got to be careful in Riverdale, dude. Now on to Veronica. Veronica will face a scandal, we all know. Oh my god, I got to burp, I think. Excuse me. Okay. Veronica will face a scandal. As Veronica says herself, I'm no stranger to scandal. Despite the fact that her dad is behind bars, he's still causing trouble for her. I mean, he did have Hermione arrested, so I would guess whatever scandal Veronica is dealing with, Hiram is probably to blame. And when faced with a scandal, another scandal may come. Burlesque. Boom, boom, boom. Damn right, I'm ready for that. Like, bitch, you wanna see scandal? Here's a scandal. Here's another scandal. You think I care? No. I'm Veronica fucking Lodge. And what, you're gonna take my dad's word for it? After what he's done? Please. You wonder, do you realize he's in prison? Of course, for him, it's not prison, it's getting special treatment. Oh, I'd like him to just get it. You know, because we had to deal with fucking Archie and Hiram for the longest time, and now it's going on to Hiram and Veronica, which is even more ruthless, because that's his daughter. And I mean, he already did put his wife away. But they did also take him down. But like, bitch, look at you. Look who you are. Everyone wants you gone. Either in prison or, most importantly, dead. A lot of people would rather just see you dead. Me, for one, I'd like to see you dead. Or in a prison where you're not treated like you're a fucking king. Okay, there will be more musical numbers. We all know that. Just because Josie is gone doesn't mean the musical numbers are over. Even though Veronica is dealing with the scandal, she still has time to choreograph and perform a very sultry dance routine. And I'm going to guess that it's not the only performance of the season. Plus, we know we're getting another musical episode. Dun dun dun. Sweeney Todd would be really fucking cool. Or Grease. Or Phantom of the Opera. Oh, please. I wish. There would never be that. Oh, and lots more sex. Of course, Archie and Bughead will still be hopping into bed with each other. Well, when it comes to Veronica and Archie, what else did they do? Bada bing! No. But let's be honest, for the longest time, Veronica and Archie were just sexual. That's it. And then Betty and Jughead are the investigative duo who have the same repetitive shit over and over again, and also hook up at weird times. But anyways, let's get on to this. Okay. So we know about the even more football. Our favorite high schoolers will still somehow find time for normal teen activities like football and cheerleading. Now, sorry, I said that wrong. Shoni will rule the school. Is anyone surprised? No. Bitch, Cheryl is head bitch in charge. HBIC. Don't mess with me. So that's basically all it says. It's like Shoni will rule the school. Literally, that's all it says. So, I guess they're ruling the school until she finds out about the dead body in the basement, because you know that's not going to go over well. Oh, that's so weird. Like, oh my god. Like, I couldn't imagine walking into someone's basement and seeing a dead body of her brother. Like sitting there like a person. Oh my god, it'd be so weird. Or walking in on her talking to it like he's alive. I would probably run. I would, like, I don't know. I would be like, dude, what the fuck? I mean, I don't think I'd be scared of her, but, like, I'd literally be like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, have you snapped? Like, do you need help? Like, I would be like, you need to get help ASAP. Sorry, but you do. This wig is not covering my hair, but whatever. Okay, now on to Jughead again. Jughead is trapped somewhere. At the end of the trailer, we get a sneak peek into where Jughead has gone. He seems to be stuck in a very small space, unable to get out. Has he been kidnapped? Will he get out? Will we have to wait for season 4 to find out? Oh, will we? No, it says we will have to wait for season 4 to find out, obviously. But, well, I mean, obviously he didn't put himself in the box, but, like, I'm just curious as to, he has a flashlight, so I'm guessing he was out at night with the flashlight, and someone hit him over the head and put him in the box, but then, would they put the flashlight in there with him? Because, like, I mean, would they want him to be in total darkness if they're really trying to, like, torture him or kill him, whatever they're trying to do? Or would they give him the flashlight just to see how closed in he is and even get more panicked? I don't know, because it's just an odd thing, because usually when people are put in, like, when people are buried alive or people are buried in, like, a coffin-like box, they're usually not with the flashlight. So I'm just curious as to why he has the flashlight. I know it's no big deal, but I'm just curious, you know, because I've watched a lot of stuff like this. But yeah, I definitely think he was kidnapped. I mean, obviously. Maybe it's about the same time Betty gets knocked over the head too, you know? But I don't think it has anything to do with spring break. But he definitely does get put in a box. And maybe it has something to do with his new school, honestly. Because as we know, when this is happening, he's already at his new school. So for all we know, the people at his school, knowing where he's from and not liking him already, you know, decide to haze him, bully him. And one of their ways is to lock him in a fucking box, you know, with a flashlight and say, peace, I'm out. But then again, that could kill him. So, like, that's taking a little too far. It could be multiple reasons, but clearly someone's out. When you think about it, Betty and Jughead are the two people who have literally gotten themselves into every situation and literally taken down just about every bad person. So they have a lot of enemies. So it could be a number of people doing it. But the kids at his school, his new school, I could definitely see doing it. If they're that fucking psychotic, which in Riverdale, everyone's just about psychotic. Okay, now moving on. For now, anyway, now this has to do with Shoni, which some of you might not like. Madeline Peff sat down with Cosmo at her pop-up event where she spilled some major tea on Riverdale Season 4. Shoni fans, brace yourselves. Madeline warns that it's not going to be a total smooth ride for Cheryl and Tony. There may be some trouble in the water, she says. I mean, Cheryl's keeping her brother's dead body in her basement, which is like a fairly large secret. If and when Tony finds that out, it might cause some difficulty. You think? Literally, that's what they said. I mean, which is a fairly large secret, which is also very creepy and makes you look like you might need medication or to be put somewhere, because that's definitely next level, like, psychotic. Hate to say it, but it is. It's just very weird. Okay, so now more Shoni. It's a very sensitive topic. Can you imagine being like, hey, you need to, like, bury your brother? He probably smells, and I have a question about how he hasn't decomposed yet. Like, obviously. Like, how has he decomposed? Did they, like, taxidermy him or some shit? And yeah, how does he smell? Ugh. And how is, yeah, he's not even decomposed. Like, how, did they, like, because he was in the grave for a while, unless they dug him up, like, super fucking early on. Because he should be decomposed, at least somewhat. Whatever. Yeah, why hasn't Jason's body decomposed yet? Did Edgar ever never do some weird embalming ritual to keep his corpse looking fresh? There you go, that too, okay. One can only imagine the issues that would arise when someone finds out their girlfriend is hiding a dead body, who happens to be her brother, who's been dead for, like, almost 4 years now. I don't know what the timeline in the show is, so 3-4 years almost. It's fucking weird. But don't worry too much, shippers. Madeline still hopes Shoni will prevail and revealed that Cheryl and Tony will be rocking a super cute couples costume for the Halloween episode of Season 4. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. But, like, their versions of a okay, wait. Super cute costume for the Halloween episode of Season 4, but, like, their version of a couple's costume. Ooh, I'm intrigued to see their couple's costume. Oh, that's gonna be so cute. I love Shoni. Plus, now that it's senior year for the gang, everyone has some pretty big decisions to make. Last season, Cheryl and Tony both met with the Dean of Admissions of Highsmith College, so there's definitely a chance they'll attend the same university in the future. Cheryl at least has a few options. I can see Cheryl being a fantastic lawyer, Madeleine says. I'm not sure what else she would do. I feel like that kind of seems like the right direction. Or she might take over the family business, which, who actually knows what they do? Like, are they a maple farm? Are they drug dealers? Who knows? She'll take it over and figure it out. Honestly, she's meant to rule. So, I literally just kicked out. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I clicked out of it. Okay. Cheryl running a drug dealing ring? Question mark. Truly anything can happen on Riverdale. Season 5 hasn't been confirmed by CW yet, but let's be real. We all want to see what happens after high school. I'm curious to see how we're going to play that off. I think a lot of random universities will start popping up around Riverdale, Madeleine says. I love my cast, I love my character. Why would I want to end it anytime soon? Thank you, Madeleine. Thank you. I love that. So many people will do a certain amount of seasons in a show, and then suddenly they'll be like, I'm done with it and I want to move on to bigger things. And the show will go on, but without that person. And it does make a difference when that person leaves. So thank you for saying that, Madeleine. Oh, thank you. Okay, moving on. Now we got, okay, so this is things that basically happen. The first thing we see is a search party. So we have the search party looking for Jughead. Number 2, we have buried alive. Sure, it could be a trick or from a different scene, but it sure looks like Riverdale's resident novelist is stuck in a coffin with only a lighter. I thought it was a flashlight. I have to go back and look at that because I could have swore it was a flashlight, not a lighter. It was a flashlight, right? No way it was a lighter. It was a flashlight. Why would he have a lighter on him, though? While the rest of the town is out looking for him. But we don't know if they're looking for him when he's in this coffin-like thing. It could be when this traumatic thing happened, like whenever this spring break thing happened. But then again, it could be also when he's in the coffin. Because someone has to find him, unless how the fuck does he get out? Of note, it's tough to tell, but it sure looks like Jughead is sans beanie here. So, do his friends know exactly where he is while they're searching for him? Was this where Jughead was hanging out while the other 3 were barbecuing his hat? If so, that's pretty messed up. I think that's far-fetched, dude. I honestly do. I mean, why would they be covered in blood and he's not, and he's just in a coffin? He's not dead or anything. So, like, that doesn't add up at all. I don't think him being in that coffin has to do with what happens on spring break. I just don't think that's what happens. Oh my god, I gotta fix this because I'm literally hating my... Okay, number 3. A toast to the future. The trailer is also framed by two very on-the-nose lines from Veronica. As the core 4 clinked champagne glasses, she says, "Isn't it crazy in just 9 months, life as we know it will be over?" Ominous to say in Riverdale, bitch. No. She says, to senior year in all of its glory, she toasts at the end. Little do they know that the darkness of Riverdale will never let them go. It's true. It's kind of like It. You know, they deal with it when they're kids, and then 27 years later, they have to come back and deal with him again before he kills more kids. It's kind of like that. He never lets you go, Pennywise. Not until he's done with you. No, he doesn't let you go until he probably kills you, honestly. Okay. If the Shoney's a rockin', no, that's literally what it said. Because it has a picture of Mad Dog breaking the windshield, but I honestly don't think that's when Cheryl and Tony are in the car, because why would he do that? Like, I don't know, and why would they be in a garage also, you know? Like, I don't know, it didn't seem like it adds up together, but maybe it does, but in my opinion, it doesn't go together to me. Tough to tell whether these two shots are connected, see? But we can tell someone is taking a bat to a vehicle. Riverdale's most prominent couple, Cheryl Blossom and Tony, jump out of bed, and in a subsequent shot, Cheryl seemingly smashes something. What shocks Shoney out of bed? What is Cheryl smashing? And is this your classic killer going after teens hooking up in a car type scenario? Didn't we already have that with the Black Hood, and that failed? Given it's Riverdale, I'll give this a strong probability. I'm pretty sure... Okay. I'm pretty sure when Cheryl gets all freaked out, they're not in bed. It looks like they're in a car. So, like, I don't get it. Like, if it's connected, then they would obviously have to be in a car and not in their bed. But if it's not connected, they're still in a fucking car. Like, it looked like a car to me. It didn't look like a bed. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I could have swore it was a fucking car. Because I went over that. 5. Putting everything online. This is about what Betty tells Kevin. What I'm about to tell you puts everything on the line, Betty tells an unseen character in a later scene. It certainly looks like Kevin Keller to me. Yep, already said that. Which means this is most likely from the season's second episode, Fast Times at Riverdale High. We'll finally get to see Betty and Kevin acting like friends again, and she's possibly talking to him about the big mystery that will be wrapped up in episode 3, the location of the Farmies. Oh, my brother's calling for me. Hold on. Okay, so we'll be getting more. Sorry, I had to see what my brother wanted. So we'll be getting back to, I guess, the Kevin and Betty friendship, which hopefully means we get some Betty and Archie friendship, you know. That'd be nice, too. You know, it'd be great. I wonder who's had more friendship moments, like friendship scenes, out of Kevin and Betty or Archie and Betty. I wonder who had the most. I think they're about even. Maybe Archie, maybe a few more. But then again, it could be Kevin more, too. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm just curious. 6, where are the Farmies? That's the questions everyone is asking. Like, where are the Farmies? Truly, where are they? Like, are they just walking around butt naked? Like, where are they? Like, seriously, are they still in Riverdale? Are they somewhere else? Like, I don't know. Okay. Though the cult members of the farm disappeared in season 3 finale, leaving poor Kevin and their white clothes behind, we're not done with that mystery yet. As revealed by Betty's and Jughead's long-lost half-brother Charles, Riverdale isn't the first town to see this disappearing act. In fact, cult leader Edgar Evernever has been pulling this trick for years. No fucking duh. I mean, what? Evelyn's 27, who's been pretending to be a 17-year-old for what, like the last 4 or 6 years to recruit teenagers? And then just somehow, most of the time, it's only Evelyn and Edgar left, and then they recruit more people, and then they're left just them two, and then they recruit more. It's like, they're honestly just killing these people and taking their organs. Simple as that. That's what's happening. That's ascending to them. Taking your organs and you dying is you ascending. Or you dying and then taking your organs. Actually, they still need you to be alive so that your organs are functioning. But then again, I think they still function a while after you die. I'm not really sure, but that's all they want. That's ascending to them. You're not ascending to a greater place. I mean, in their eyes, you're ascending to the place you should be, the place where your purpose matters. But first, I need to take all your organs, and then you can ascend. That's basically, yeah, that should be on a greeting card. Who wouldn't want to join? Okay, so it sure looks like the footage we're seeing. The trailer is Jughead looking back through pictures from past iterations of the farm. Okay, so the crime scene photos, they look like the crime scene photos from the Sisters of Quiet Mercy, but then again, it could be also a ton of crime scene. Because, I mean, obviously, they couldn't just get a hold of these crime scene photos, so, of course, Charles had to have let them see them. So perhaps he's showing them every crime scene photo from every place Edgar has ever hit. And I wonder if they've ever found any of the people who used to be in his cult. Because I know some people left and stuff, but a lot of people didn't. So, like, what happened to those people that never left, but yet seemingly just disappeared, and Edgar and Evelyn were still there? Like, I'm curious as to what happened to them, and if we're gonna, get to see what exactly happened to them. Because obviously there's no bodies or nothing connecting him to these bodies because he can't be arrested. They need hard evidence. Even though he's harvesting organs, they need hard evidence. And he's smart. He knows how to get around things, clean up quick. You know, he's smart. He's been doing this for years, and the FBI has not been able to get him. So I guess that would explain why Charles was in Riverdale a lot longer than everyone thought, is because Edgar was there and he was watching. But then again, I feel like he was there before that. I just feel like he's been watching for longer than Edgar came in the picture, you know? I don't know. I just feel like there's something more to him and his story. I don't know. There's just something about him that just turns me the wrong way. Maybe it's just Riverdale not making me be able to trust someone. I don't know. But he just something about him. Okay. Now, it also says, our deepest desires, our darkest fears, says Jughead. And though the implication is it has something to do with his disappearance, I bet it has something more to do with what Edgar is known to prey on. Deepest desires and darkest fears. It's true. 7, Betty's in trouble. Okay, we already knew this. In case you thought Jughead would be the only character in danger this season, check on Betty getting cocked on the head by someone with either a bizarre hairstyle or some sort of weird hat. Either way, Riverdale's resident Nancy Drew better look out behind her. Yeah, see, bizarre hairstyle. I think it might be a wig, honestly. It doesn't even look that real. Because, like, I've never seen any character with that hair. So I feel like the hair might be a wig, and the hat, I don't know. I mean, I don't really think that's a Cheryl hat to wear. I don't know. That person just did not give me Cheryl vibes. I mean, a little bit, but then it's like, I just feel like it's Evelyn. But yeah, it is a bizarre hairstyle because it's like, it looks kind of fake, and it looks like it could be a wig, honestly. So it could be Evelyn, or it could be Polly, for all we know, because we know she's far gone. The farm is her everything, and she's far gone. I'm sure she's not happy that Betty helped get her twins out either, so I'm sure she's not happy about that. But yeah, so not good. All that jazz. For a change of pace, get ready for what Mendez calls a fun dance number, a really exciting dance number. In episode 2, you get a glimpse of it here, as well as Veronica giving a little interview for the press. I'm no stranger to scandal, Veronica notes, and it looked like she's ready to amp it up a notch with the show's latest musical number. Good for her. You know what? Fuck you all for having scandals about me. You want to talk about me? Well, here's something else to talk about. I mean, damn, she's a teenager. She's going to make mistakes. I mean, considering who her parents are, especially Hiram, I would say she's turned out pretty darn well. Okay, they put Verarchi. Verarchi returns. Verarchi instead of Archie. Speaking of amping things up a notch, after a season spent breaking them apart, Varchi are finally back together, and things are heating up at the Pembroke. Will they stay steady all season after a hard season 3, or is more trouble headed their way? More trouble is headed their way. That's a given. Sorry, it is. Now on to Serpent, King, and Queen. I can't believe we're still calling them that. Don't worry, Bughead fans. Varchi isn't getting all the action. The Serpent King and Queen are also getting hot and heavy in the trailer. But are the Cooper and Jones now living under one roof, like one big happy mixed-up family? Not for long, as Jughead is heading to prep school this season, at least during the week. Ew, that'd be so weird. Like, I'm all for Alice and FP, but, like, could you imagine, like, Betty, Jughead, Alice, FP, and, of course, Jellybean, and then you got Alice and FP together in one room, and then you got Betty and Jughead together in one room, and they're all hooking up, and it's just a weird combination. Weird, weird, weird. But, yeah. Honestly, like, is she even still Serpent Queen? No. Like, she's not even, like, Lily even said, like, she doesn't want to do the cheerleading thing anymore, so why would you still want to be a Serpent Queen? Oh, is it because your boyfriend is Cole and you want to be with him all the time? No. I'm not trying to be mean, but, like, come on, dude. She hasn't been Serpent Queen for a minute, so, like, move on. Let's get over that shit. It's stupid anyways. Let's get over it. I liked when it was just Jughead, Serpent King. That was cool enough. I don't need a freaking queen. Cheryl, head bitch in charge once more. You can't keep Cheryl Blossom down as she parades through the school with her girlfriend and army of river vixens by her side. One thing we don't see in the trailer, what's up with her brother Jason, whose quirk she's keeping in the basement? Well, yeah, they're not going to show that just yet. Then there's a quick montage of shots mixing football, police cars, Archie, Jughead, Betty, fireworks, the river vixens holding a car wash at Pops, and more. Chances are these are from the season premiere, at least in part, as it takes place during the summer, while the rest of the season starts off with a new school year in episode 2. There is one shot we want to highlight, though. Okay, so the new school year starts in episode 2, apparently. Obviously, episode 1 is for Luke Perry, Fred Andrews, so episode 2 is the school year starts. There is one shot we want to highlight, though. Arguably, the strangest shot in the trailer is in the middle of the Americana character montage comes one shot of a beehive that looks like what looks like a desk in Riverdale High. Is this a prank pulled appropriately on new school principal or something far more ominous? I mean, it could be far more ominous, but it's a fucking beehive. What meaning does that have? I'm gonna have to look into what meaning a beehive has, because I'm intrigued if it's maybe something ominous, or maybe these people just don't like this fucking principal. Simple as that. Because we all know he ain't gonna be a well-liked principal. He's just not. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Get to the thing. Okay, is Jughead Jones dead? They weren't burning his beating for nothing, this is what Roberto said. Expect the scene to be revisited by season 4 mid-season finale, but for the episodes ahead, Jughead is alive and well. Okay, alive, Roberto says. The Joneses are picking up the pieces after Gladys' departure, and the executive producer also promises future trouble for Bughead. As Jughead and Betty grow into adults, they might drift apart. I mean, damn. No. I'm sorry, but I want something new. Will Betty be working with her lost brother? Yes, we know that. Betty will be working with her brother where she will be working undercover, but she'll also be dealing with her discovery that she supposedly has the serial killer gene, MAOA, which is a real thing apparently, according to Roberto. Betty will be turned towards goodness, and her brother will at first help her do that. Her brother will at first help her do that. At first. Oh, an interesting way to put that. At first, he will help her. Interesting way to put that. Let's see. Has Queen Bee, Cheryl Blossom lost it? While Cheryl's welcome home JJ moment with her brother's corpse is very creepy, Cheryl is not off her rocker, Roberto promises, adding that Riverdale aims to recapture the Blossom's gothic flower in the attic vibe. Ugh, I don't need all that. I didn't watch that movie, because brother, sister, no thank you. We got enough incest. With the Black Hood dead, the Gargoyle King in jail, and the Red Dahlia, Penelope Blossom, MIA, what's next? We will introduce a threat very different from any we've had before, says the executive. It's a huge spoiler if I tell you any more. What could imprisoned Hiram Lodge be planning for daughter Veronica? Nothing good. There's a very big bombshell Hiram is dropping on Veronica, says Roberto, and no one, including her mayor mom Hermione, who's in jail or prison, wherever, whom Hiram had arrested for conspiracy to commit murder, can protect her. Okay, now, this is interesting, I liked. Riverdale Season 4, 7 characters who could die in the new season. So, is it doing? Okay. The first one, number 7, is Jughead. Considering Jughead's life has been threatened in almost every season of Riverdale so far, sometimes multiple times, it's no surprise that his fate hung in the balance in the Season 3 finale. However, the cast revealed at Comic-Con that Cole Sprouse will be back in Jughead's signature hat, the same hat the gang tossed in the fire. Our narrator and Serpent Leader might be in the clear for now, but who knows with that twist and Season 4's new mystery have in store for old Jughead. Number 6, Hiram. Much to the destruction of the town of Riverdale, criminal kingpin Hiram Lodge seems to have well over 9 lives. No matter who pins his back against the wall, he rises from the ashes and strikes again with vengeance. This dude cannot fucking go away or die. The hardest person to kill. Currently, Veronica masterminds his lockup behind bars, but Hiram's influence extends beyond prison. Bitch, we know. As he had Hermione arrested and promised to unleash a storm on Veronica, but will Season 4 finally hit Hiram with what's been coming to him? While it's possible he could wind up 6 feet under, he's more than likely going to outsmart everyone again, like usual. But when he does get killed, I hope it's in the fucking best fashion. Or I hope he gets put in a prison where he's not treated like a king, but being dead would probably be better, actually. He needs to not be alive, seriously. Number 5, Chick. Look, the likelihood of Chick returning to Riverdale Season 4 and being an integral part of the overarching mystery again seems slim to none at this point, but never underestimate this show's capability of dipping back into archives and offing a side character for a bit of shock value and narrative momentum. So it could easily be Chick, but then again, he's not that big anymore, so I don't really care if he died. Another one is Ethel is another one. I'm not going to read all this because it's so long. But another one is Ethel. She's number 4. Number 3 is Charles. Very true. Could be him. Number 2 is Edgar. Could be him. And at number 1, it is Penelope. Which, wouldn't we all love that? I know I would. Because last season's villain remains at large and an ominous threat to Archie and the gang. And while Penelope might register as too safe and obvious an option for character death, especially since Natalie Bolt is incredible as Cheryl's venomous mother, she's naturally in danger of getting slapped with Karma's swift kiss. Roberto revealed that Season 4 will mark a different kind of mystery than the series has ever done, according to TV Line. I thought that was interesting, 7 characters that might die. So number 1 is Penelope, and number 7 is Jughead. There's this article I really want to read, but it's long, and this is already an hour and 10 minutes, so I'm trying to get through it. There's just so much. Okay, so the upcoming season may also touch on an older mystery. While the Black Hood's identity was revealed back in season 3, it was Hal Cooper, Betty's father. The character also met his shocking end, gunned down by scheming Penelope Blossom. But it seemed Riverdale isn't finished with the Black Hood, or the Black Hood isn't finished with Riverdale. In August 2019, Monroe, who plays the Black Hood, who plays Betty's father, posted to Instagram a picture of the title page of a new Riverdale script, watermarked with his name for security purposes. Monroe captioned the pic, "Very good script. Wow." Monroe later deleted the photo, which only deepens the mystery. The episode that he had released was Chapter 62, Witness for the Prosecution, teases some sort of courtroom action and even shows off the cartoon version of Veronica Lodge. Does this mean Veronica will be heading to some sort of courtroom drama in the upcoming episodes? One fan commented on the image to theorize, "I just looked at Monroe's Instagram feed, and it looks like he was on set for the Halloween episode 2. Dream sequence for Betty? Or is he the one messing with Betty on Halloween night when she's giving out candy? Because someone is going to do something to her on Halloween night." That's a spoiler that is already out. Perhaps Betty will be seeing visions of Hal trying to influence her, but really it will be him. No. Oh, well, he's dead. Shit, yeah. I guess he'll just be a dream. Okay, now moving on. Okay, so how she will struggle with her father's death. Betty is clearly struggling with the fact that her father is gone and the fact that she can't grieve him because she feels that would make her a bad person. How could she grieve someone who is such a monster? She's struggling with that place of not being able to grieve her own father, which is sad because she had so many wonderful moments with him as a dad. I get that. I mean, she does have plenty of distractions this season with the FBI and stuff. Okay, let's get to more things. Okay, this thing. The new big villain. The major villains from the previous installment, the Black Hood, the Gargoyle King, Penelope Blossom, are all gone. The serial killer is dead, the Cooper imposter chick is in jail, and Lady Blossom went MIA last season. On the other hand, the farm can no longer be the only troublemakers in Riverdale season. Hence, the installment may introduce another villain. Showrunner Roberto confirms that there has to be another villain in the upcoming installment. In fact, this time, the character will be the most dangerous villain in the history of the show. That's saying something, considering we've had Penelope and Hiram, and Chick, Gargoyle King, and the Black Hood, but especially Hiram and Penelope. Two of the worst ones. So that's saying something. Okay, what state of mind is Betty at the beginning of the season? It's summer, and it's 3 or 2.5 months after she saw her dad get killed in front of her, which is not a great thing to have happen to you, and she is sort of struggling with the idea that she feels like she can't grieve him. She hasn't properly grieved him because of who he was at the end of his life, such a bad person and so morally wrong, and he was a murderer. She feels like she can't grieve him or miss him because that would make her a bad person. So that's really sad because, she has all these good memories, okay. Oh, okay. I think she's really going to lean on her friends. She can't trust too many people. Charles. Her circle of friendship is getting a little bit smaller and smaller because of who she can rely on, who she can trust. I think the core 4 is strong this season because they have to be, because it seems like all the outside sources are dwindling. Yeah, at the end of the day, the core 4, that's all they got. Betty, Archie, Veronica, Jughead, they only got each other at the end of the day. They can only truly trust each other. How is her relationship with Charles? It must be awkward for her and Jughead to share a brother. We don't necessarily see the awkwardness yet that Charles causes for Betty and Jughead. I think we'll dive into that maybe some interesting family dinners once Alice returns. Oh, that's weird. If she returns to town, I think it's going to be a super interesting thing to explore clearly and creepy. But Betty is helping Charles at the FBI, doing what she can to figure out where Edgar is, how to track Alice down. They're definitely working together, and I think she knows she can trust him as well because he is family and he cares for Alice too. Or so he's making it seem. I still don't trust him. He's not a villain. He's not looking for anything else. It's not another chick situation. It's the real deal. Well, you're not that far into the season. You don't know. Riverdale is full of shocking moments, but I don't think many people saw Alice's reveal that she was working with the FBI coming. Did you see that? Lily says, that's because Machen is a great actress. Also, none of us knew until the end. Were you as shocked as we were? Lily Reinhardt. Was I? I feel like part of it. I feel like I kind of knew on some level because I know that Alice wouldn't have done that to Betty. Alice and Betty have such a complicated relationship, obviously, but it's one of my favorite relationships on the show, mostly because I love Machen so much, and she's like a mother to me in a way. But she and I really love Alice and Betty's relationship, and I think Betty is going to do everything in her power to get her back. Okay. Yeah, everything in her power to try and get Alice home. Even though she feels a little betrayed by the fact that Alice kept this huge thing from her, she knows it was for his own safety and for a greater cause of stopping Edgar. Okay. Are there going to be any lingering effects on Betty from her time at the farm because of the hypnosis and mind manipulation? Is some of that going to continue to haunt her this season? I think it's haunting Cheryl because her dead brother is in her basement. I think Betty bounces back pretty quickly considering what happened to her. Although, yes, she did deal with hypnosis, I think she's recovered and moving on as best as she can. Cheryl is a little weaker. Well, that's rude to say, but she is. She's a little bit more easily swayed and manipulated, I think. So Cheryl is definitely dealing with the fallout from the hypnosis rather than Betty. What about Kevin? Are we going to see Betty dive more into her dark side or find that balance between good Betty and dark Betty? I think it was interesting the first 2 seasons because dark Betty was like the physical manifestation of darkness that a human has. And now it's sort of evolved into she's accepted that she has a dark side. Everyone has a dark side, true. So it's not really like this costume that she has to put on. It's just a part of herself. So I think you do see her when she was shoving Evelyn up against a locker. That was fucking iconic. That was part of that darkness, and that kind of switch a little bit. She can get fired up, but I think that's what it is. It's not like a good Betty and a dark Betty anymore. It's just sort of Betty. Are there any lighter moments in season 4? Like prom? Well, there is a Halloween episode which is going to be fun, but I'm sure someone will die in it because why wouldn't that happen? And already it's confirmed. Or maybe not, I don't know. I think it's going to be fun to see them experience the high school senior year and graduate, and Betty get her diploma. I just think that's going to be really, really sweet. Who is returning for season 4? So far we already know KJ, Cole, Lily, Cammie, Casey, Madeline, Machen, of course, Charles, Marisol, Mark, Vanessa, Skeet, and of course, I already said Machen. But, let's see. One person we know for sure will not be returning is Ashley Murray, except for, like, episode 1 she'll be in, and that's about it. Who will guest star in season 4 of Riverdale? We got Charles, of course. Okay, let's see. Okay. Roberto teased that Penelope will be making a return in the 4th season as well. Here's the thing. I love Penelope Blossom. I love the actress. And originally she was going to be in Jail or Die, and we just couldn't bring ourselves to do it. Either because we love the character and the actress so much, so our plan is to bring back Penelope, and we have a couple ways of doing that. I don't think we've seen the last of Penelope Blossom, obviously. When does season 4 of Riverdale take place? If you recall, season 3 ended with the flash forward to Archie, Betty, and Veronica during their senior year spring break. Blah, blah, blah. Rather than jumping forward to that point, it seems as though the events of the 4th season will lead us to that conclusion and explain what exactly happened. Next season is the kids' senior year. It's their last year in high school, and we really want to locate their stories in the high school world. The creator also mentioned that he loved the idea of reuniting the core 4 in the finale so that viewers would know when the central mystery of what happened is finally unraveled, we can expect that the 4 characters will be together even if Jughead isn't actually in the flash forward scene. What will be the story for season 4 of Riverdale? The season 3 finale left us with so many questions that we can't even imagine where the story will go next. In addition to the development of the story of Charles, it has also been revealed that the return of Betty's lost brother will force her to realize something about herself. Roberto teased Entertainment Weekly. One thread we're going to pick up with is the idea that Betty finds out in the penultimate, I can't say that, episode that she has the serial killer gene, and that's the storyline that we're going to continue in season 4, and Charles will have a part of it. We also imagine that we'll be presented with a new mystery like the Jason Blossom, Black Hood, or Gargoyle King storyline. Seeing as the storylines have all but wrapped up, it seems as though we'll be presented with something new, though the mystery of the farm will likely continue to play out this season. Because Roberto posted not too long ago 2 kids dressed up as the Gargoyle King and the Black Hood. So apparently serial killers are becoming a thing to dress up as for Halloween. So yeah, we haven't seen the last of the Gargoyle King and the Black Hood. Okay, you guys can click off if you want, but this is an article I read that I literally have been saying about the show for so long, and it's literally something I feel too, so I had to read it. So if you want to hear it, please continue listening. I'm sorry this is so long, but it has to do with the show being repetitive, so you might want to hear it. Okay, so this is from Hypeable, is where I got it from. I can't believe these words are being typed by me, but Riverdale has always left me wanting more depth, growth, and the exploration of the characters more. It's time for Riverdale Season 4 to do this. Riverdale is such a guilty pleasure hit. But even though the 3 seasons of the show, it has never really felt like the stories have done anything except scratch the surface. The town, the mythology, the characters, there's so much more to explore and a new mystery being brought in every season, which would make the 22 episode seasons feel much more substantial than fillery. Amen. So with this, why does the show always move at a lightning pace and miss the chance to really tackle important storylines with their grand cast of characters? Yes! Literally! Riverdale has so many... Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Okay. The fault of repetition and why Riverdale Season 4 needs to break this. Riverdale, if anything, knows what the diehard fans want to see. However, their main fault is that instead of taking these aspects and branching out of their comfort zone, the writers stick to various versions of essentially the same plot. Yes! This is particularly true when it comes to the story around Hiram Lodge, but even the farm has similar characteristics to the things we had seen before. For example, the Blossom family's twisted way of life. Yes. Riverdale Season 4 is the chance for the writers to finally shake things up and deliver something else to test their writing abilities and the characters in town. Are you listening, writers? Test your writing abilities, because you're not doing it now. Leading off with a very how to get away with murderish cliffhanger, if you're going to borrow from the best right, set things up to potentially go a very different route than we are used to. So basically, if they're going to go with this whole, like, get away with murder, cliffhanger-ish thing they're basically saying, then at least set it in a way that goes down a different route than we're not expecting, instead of just doing the route where we're like, oh, this isn't surprising at all. I knew this was coming. Let's hope we can get something different. Every season, we're seeing similar characters conflict. For 2 seasons now, Archie and Hiram have had tension, while Veronica and Hiram continuously go back and forth about whether or not they want to help or destroy one another. With the latter, it's especially tiresome because it doesn't seem like the toxic relationship between Veronica and her father will be put to rest anytime soon. With Archie, now is the time for the writers to break him away from Hiram, which hopefully will be done on Riverdale Season 4. I just feel like since he's with Veronica, and since Hiram's going to be coming for Veronica, Archie's of course going to Archie's going to want to be by her side, protect her, help her. So that's going to get him back involved with Hiram. But let's hope that doesn't happen, because you know what? We had 2 seasons of Hiram and Archie. We don't need any more. If he wants to go after his daughter, let that be, but let her deal with it on her own, okay? Okay, more for the characters. Other than Jughead, I'd say we don't really know who any of the main characters are. Veronica, Archie, and Betty. Betty and Veronica follow suit with their personalities and don't really change, which isn't good because we've never really learned who they are. While Archie has a new personality every few episodes, it's hard to keep anything straight with him. As I said above, Veronica's constant rivalry with her father distracts from anything to do with herself. She's so busy trying to destroy him and trying not to end up anything like her parents that we don't see Veronica. It's more of the shell of the character she could be if the writers decided to move on to something else in her life. The writers don't even know who Archie is at this point. Honestly, they don't. They keep going back and forth with his character. He gets a personality transplant at least every season, but during Riverdale Season 3, it was especially bad. He genuinely seemed like a different character every few episodes. Instead of a character that was growing from the trauma he had endured, I get that Riverdale is the murder capital of the United States, but man, give him a break and let him shine and decide who Archie is going to be. It is senior year. This would be the best time. Out of all the characters, I would love to see more from Betty Cooper. To be fair, she's pretty much had the most to do over the series' 3 seasons, and was single-handedly trying to show what the farm was doing to their members for all of Riverdale Season 3. But who is Betty? Without a mystery to solve, we don't really know who Betty is at all. She gets sucked into her family's drama, the mystery, and her relationship with Jughead. Perhaps those could all be seen as extensions of herself, which they are, and they all seem to cross with each other. But Betty is always lost in something she's doing or who she's helping. It's a great characteristic to have, but investigating a crime or helping your mother cover up a murder does not entirely make up a personality. Regardless, I just want to see each of the characters explored. I want to genuinely enjoy watching Archie, Veronica, Jughead as much as I already love Betty. but unless they are explored a little bit more and things are changed up with the story, it doesn't seem likely. I mean, how many seasons can Hiram and Veronica's war go on? How many seasons can Archie not have a defining personality? It may seem like I don't like Riverdale, but I genuinely want the show to thrive, and this is just what I believe Riverdale Season 4 needs to start doing with all of its characters, outside of the main four as well, especially Cheryl and Kevin, to live on for years to come. So, I 100% agree with everything said in that. Like, I love that someone wrote this. I 100% fucking agree with everything said in this. Focus on the characters. You know, it is true. It's like, we got glimpses of this dark Betty, you know, in the beginning. But when it comes to Betty, it's always just, not just Betty. It's Betty with the farm, or it's Betty with the FBI, or it's Betty with Jughead, or it's Betty investigating something. It's never just Betty. It's never Betty figuring out herself, you know? I mean, yeah, there's so much going on that we never really get to see the characters focus on themselves or to see them grow in good ways. And like, this article was just perfect. I mean, I hope the writers see this article because it's so fucking true. Season 4 could be a new start for your writing, okay? It could be a new start for the show. I really hope that Season 4 is all I hope it's going to be. I really do. I really love this show. Like this person said, it's not that I don't like the show. It's just I see the potential, you know. I see, oh, that could be great. I just want something new, you know. I'm done with the repetitive shit. And it's true. I mean, people are writing articles shit. There's one more thing I want to include, because I don't know if I've included this yet, and I think this is something I should include. But, oh, fuck, this is going to be the teacher. Okay, I don't know if I included this, but Supergirl Sam Witwer is going to be recurring as Mr. Chipping. He's the handsome, bookish, cool, creative writing teacher who recruits Jughead for a seminar, and while he's immensely inspiring to his students, there's a darkness hidden beneath the surface, according to his character description. So, that's something I want to include, just so you know, because it is something you want to know. Okay, Whitner's character isn't the only new faculty member recurring in the new season. Kerr Smith will be playing the new principal at Riverdale High, Mr. Honey. Mr. Honey! That's why they put the B hive in there, because his last name's Honey. It all makes sense now. He's described as a bit of a hard ass who takes a harder line with the students this year, especially with the seniors. So I wanted to include that. And there's one more thing. Okay, there is another thing. I definitely want to see more into Reggie's backstory, because, as we all remember, when he brought up the Midnight Club to his dad hit him, which is obviously not the first time he's done this, but it was kind of glossed over, you know, no one talked about it ever again. So I definitely think it'd be interesting to see more into Reggie's life for sure, and his home life, because clearly his home life sucks, is not the greatest, and I think it would be awesome to see more into that, instead of just glossing over the fact that his dad hits him, obviously. So I would like to see that. We also will be finding out Mad Dog's real name. Also, so far, episode 1 of season 4 is titled In Memoriam, which is for Luke Perry. Episode 2 is Fast Times at Riverdale High. Episode 3 is Dog Day Afternoon. Episode 4 is Halloween. And episode 5 is Witness for the prosecution. Apparently, episode 3 is going to revolve around Jughead, because it says Dog Day Afternoon. I don't know why that means it's going to revolve around Jughead, but I guess it just does. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but that's just what someone said. But that's the name so far for all 5 episodes of season 4. So, and there's one. didn't stop. This is about Archie's new nemesis, the last thing I'm going to say. Riverdale's Archie Andrews has had his fair share of run-ins for the past few seasons of the Netflix hit show. From chasing down the Black Hood to battling the villainous Hiram Lodge, the star boxer can't seem to catch a break. However, Season 4 is set to bring the high schooler a whole new challenge, as Juan Redingo is set to join the cast as Dodger. According to CW, Dodger is a local thug who becomes a nemesis for Archie. Showrunners seem to be staying tight-lipped about the new addition, as they are yet to reveal any more about the character. However, Dodger's description of a local thug is sure to bring yet more bad news to the town. Could this mean a new gang could be joining Riverdale with Dodger as the leader? Very well could be. Past outings have seen Archie go head-to-head with the Southside Serpents and the Ghoulies with intense fighting scenes. Archie has always seemed to come out on top, but how will he cope with the new nemesis without Jughead Jones and tow to back him up? Showrunners previously revealed that Jughead will not be attending Riverdale High for the group's senior year. Obviously, we know that. So it's expected he will be spending a lot less time with his friends. Moreover, we already know about that. Yep, we already know that. I know. Yeah, Betty's storyline is much more integrated with Charles than Jughead's is, at least from what I read thus far, Cole said. And, yeah, so that's basically it. So, yeah, we got a new fucking villain. Let me see if we can get him. Why is it not doing it? You see him? There you go. You see him right there? Wait, am I pointing with my right finger? Right here? Yeah. So, welcome Dodger to the cast. Hello! Well, his name's Juan, but he's going to play Dodger. So I just had to include that because, of course, Archie got a new nemesis. I don't know why a thug, why he up in Archie business, but then again, you know what? Archie ain't here for that drug shit anymore. No one is, okay? We've been trying to end this forever. And now you come into play? And let's be honest, a local thug, he's not just a local thug. There's more to it. I guarantee he's going to have some people, or he's going to get some followers. Who knows? Right now, every group is kind of like all over the place, so we don't really know what group is going on, what's still happening. So, I mean, he could be a lone wolf, or he could have his backup, you know? I mean, I could see him being a lone wolf. It would be better that way. But then again, it is Riverdale, and you always got to make it bigger and better, so he could show up, and then, you know, Archie thinks, oh, I can handle this, and then next thing you know, it's like his 5 or 10 friends show up, and it's like, oh yeah, did I not mention these are my followers, these are my friends, you know? I don't know. But, yeah, so Archie has a new nemesis, so awesome, yay. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I have to see the storyline, but it does suck that Archie always seems to get a nemesis, even though he doesn't, you know, put his head in everyone's business as much as Betty and Jughead, and yet he always seems to get a nemesis. And see, that's another thing with repetitive shit. He just got done being a nemesis with Hiram, but now they're moving him on to being a nemesis with a local thug. So it never seems to end for Archie and having a nemesis. So, great. If only he could have time to figure out who he is and what he wants to do with his life before dealing with someone else wanting to come and bring him down. So yeah, that's it. Sorry this was so long. If you continued watching, thank God, because I had to say a few more things. So now I'm actually saying goodbye, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. There were many more, but I basically said everything that was important, everything that I had. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry this is so long again, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. And yeah, also, I want to make videos of like movie recommendations and TV show recommendations and stuff. So like, if you guys would like that kind of stuff, tell me down below. Or if there's a movie you've been wanting to see, but you're hesitant and you maybe want to like know, you maybe want to ask me, have you seen it? What's your opinion? Is it worth watching? I could always do that too. But I have some really great movie recommendations and TV show recommendations. So if you guys would like to see those kind of videos, along with like conspiracy theory videos and stuff, let me know down below. I'll still probably make them, but like, I'd like to know, like, what kind of videos would you like to see? Would you like to see like movie recommendations and TV show recommendations and conspiracy theories and all this cool stuff? So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you next time I make a video. I gotta go drink some coffee because my mouth is dry. I've been talking for an hour and 36 minutes.